Hey, wake up, world. It's time for a little bit of coffee.
Rise and grind, it's that time. Morning sun, coffee chime. Three small folks, one average bro. Tune in now, let's start the show. Tiny crew, big dreams, brewing thoughts, vivid schemes. Sipping on that morning brew. Got that energy, how about you?
So grab your Joe and let's go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What up, what up, what up? Good morning, little bit of coffee crew.
Top of the morning.
I am your host, the POD.
The
Joe.
All right, underneath me, we got the one and only Make Some Noise for Shortcuts. And then off to his side, we got my sidekick, my best bud. We call him the Mr. Phoenix.
So Mr. Phoenix.
And then right above him, he comes in at 2'1", weighing in at 7 kilograms. Benny MG. Make some noise for him.
3'5". 3'5". How hard is it to remember 3, a dot, and a 5?
2'9". 2'9".
2'9".
You got mental issues. I'm not worried about you.
So 2'5".
You just everything's 2'5" to you.
I mean,
green giant.
You know, when I saw you come in the studio this morning, I was excited because I was thinking in my head, we've all been here every week and everything, and I kept thinking, why were you missing? And you're going to talk about that today. But the first thing that came to my head is because you think you're half a little person size, that meant you didn't only have to be here half the time too. But then you said that wasn't the case. You said there were some real issues.
Hey, POD.
What?
POD, your head is swollen. You need to hit it on the wall behind you.
Yeah. What if I listen to you? It could hurt me, Then I'd miss the show.
Then I would host the show, and you wouldn't have to be here.
Oh my gosh! Let's just give him some antibiotics, and it'll take the swelling down.
If you keep it up, I'm not talking to you the rest of the day, and this time I mean it.
That would be a really bad podcast.
You promise?
Nope.
He never promises.
So,
he's full of false promises.
Let's talk about this last week, guys. Any exciting news for the last week?
Oh man. Anybody watch the Elimination Chamber?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Elimination Chamber.
I told you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I told you Liv Morgan was going to be the last one eliminated. Nobody listens to me.
Okay, for those of our fans that don't know, WWE does an event called the Elimination Chamber. Now, being honest, I didn't watch it till last year for the first time. I just recently became a fan once again of pro wrestling to watch. When you've done it for so many years, it's just disgusting. Anyway, Elimination Chamber, 5 people in the. I think it's 5, isn't it 5?
There's 6.
I knew that. I was testing it. You passed.
Oh, and for y'all that really don't know, we're talking pro wrestling. We're talking WWE, folks.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you can watch it on Netflix and Peacock.
Netflix.
Hey,
Netflix
watch your language.
Yeah, he accidentally flipped that one.
Yeah.
Did you see how he caught himself? Anyway. So I found the John Cena thing to be pretty interesting. It caught me a little off guard. Got about halfway through
I didn't watch that far to the program.
That's because it was after your bedtime, little buddy.
I've got to
that's
say
because I got
that for
bored.
a family-friendly show,
Okay.
Cody Rhodes, I was shocked but happy at the same time.
Yeah, I was too. I at first, being honest, when the match first began, I started thinking it was a Cody Rhodes flip. It was going to be a
Yeah, that was just a little too real
the
for me. I mean,
yeah, but the idea what I want to explain to people who don't watch Elimination Chamber is what exactly is the mission in the 6 people. Okay, because I don't. This was only my second time watching it. If one of you can explain it better than I can, the way I was
Okay.
understanding it, each enter the ring. There's chambers around the ring.
Yes, there's
They get
chambers
locked.
around the ring, and 2 people start.
Okay, 2 people start. And now, how often does each person in the chamber come in?
I think it was like every
3
minute or minute,
Every-
somewhere in
I
there.
was more than that.
Yeah,
I would.
I thought
It
it
seemed
was
like
every
about
It's
5
kind of
40
like
I think
it's
every
kind of
5 minutes.
like a gauntlet match in the Royal Rumble. It's kind
Yeah.
of like that. And then a pod will they'll go around in a circle, and then they'll select a pod. The pod will open. That person comes in, and the last and to leave and is pinfall only.
Okay.
So
Or they can
if,
surrender, correct?
yes, you can tap.
Okay, you tap out. Okay. So on
It's
each
a
of
little
the
different
corners,
from a Royal Rumble.
you have a chamber. The chamber
Yes.
is locked. The last 2 that enter the ring are the first 2 that start the match. Okay. Now these 2 wrestle for I think it's 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not real sure. And then randomly one of the pods is picked. The pod is open one at a
Yep.
time, each 2 minutes, until all are in the ring, kind of like you said, a Royal Rumble style match. And but only one pinfall has to happen. Is that correct, or it's elimination?
It's elimination.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
six people total because you get 4 people in a pod. They all come out, and then the last 2 come out,
correct. Okay, and then
and they start the match, and then like after about
But once
5.
all 4 pods are open and everybody's been entered, one at a time, you get eliminated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either by pinfall or submission.
And for some odd reason, if you get eliminated, you can do whatever the hell you want and stomp somebody in the head like you do Punk, like Seth Rollins did Punk, and got Punk eliminated, which I don't think that's right.
Somebody sounds like a big old crybaby about it.
Hey.
Yeah,
CM Punk is awesome.
Hey, I got some exciting news. So,
Yes, sir.
Getting away from the wrestling for a minute. Last week I did a audition for the new
Gerber
Scream
baby
movie that's going to be coming out.
A
Well,
what?
an audition for a new Scream movie that is coming
Oh,
out.
the Scream 7?
Yep. Well, the thing is nobody got a call back but me. I do another audition for the screenwriter today at 1:00.
Yeah, but
That's
there's only
excellent
so
news, man. That's
Vinny,
excellent.
congratulations on that. But I think there's only so many people that can play the little wicked doll on the bed. I mean,
Yeah.
So
you're a lifetime.
are you going to be a little mini Ghostface or just an
No,
extra?
what they need are more people, not an extra. They need more people to be murdered, so they're adding a character. They might add a character for me, I should say.
So you're going to get killed by Ghostface?
Probably.
So, like, when will you know something on this?
Yeah.
After today.
After today. So by next week, you can let us know whether you're going to be on the next screen.
Maybe.
Interesting.
Nice.
So back to our.
That is excellent news, brother.
Since we didn't get to wrap up the WWE talk, we always got to wrap up what we're talking about first. Then we'll talk about those things, man. Anyway, so the women, my own personal opinion, the opening match this year in the Elimination Chamber, the women's match was brutal. It was A+ in my opinion. Jade Cargill coming in there at the beginning.
Oh yeah,
absolutely incredible. I'm a big fan of hers. Yeah, it was I was really impressed with the women this year. The women's match.
I was. Alexis didn't win. I was bummed.
I wanted Alexis to win too. But Bianca was my second choice, and I for some reason I just didn't think they were going to give it to Bianca, and they did. And that was kind of interesting. I wonder if that's going to tie into that storyline, Annie, with the Jade Cargill, Naomi.
Probably. Did you hear that hair whip? Oh my God! On Liv Morgan.
Yeah,
that was
brutal.
That was pretty savage. Yeah.
Yeah,
was
but everybody said it was just a soundbite, that it was just added.
I don't know. She has a major mark on her.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to break. Take a little quick, hear from one of our sponsors. When we come back, one of the things we're going to talk about today is I've been getting a lot of people asking, why Benny has missed so many weeks. And so this week, when we had our guest back out on us this week, we just decided we'd replace it with Vinny and talk about Vinny this week and some of the things people don't know about his little personal conditions and what's going on with him. So we'll take a break.
If you have any questions when we get back, please don't hesitate to comment, and we'll gladly put them up and everything. If you want Vinny's phone number, we'll see what we can do. You can hook him up.
Put it on a billboard, but also don't forget to like us, subscribe, and share.
Wait, you're gonna put my number on your forehead?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So we'll figure out if he was born that way or if he's just naturally ugly.
Okay, well, we'll be right back.
Oh.
Spider MX.
I'm telling you, I gotta go and visit that place. It is so much fun.
Good morning.
I saw that comment that Danny who was that?
Danny Beals, Believe in the Girl, stole the show.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Talk about the Elimination Chamber WWE with the
yeah.
All right. So, Benny, tell us a little bit more about this. How did this audition come to play?
The audition?
Stuff, yeah.
So the audition came to play. I was just, scrolling on Facebook and
please tell me you didn't answer a Craigslist.
No. I was scrolling on Facebook, and on Facebook, you know how you have those groups that you can follow?
Uh-huh.
And stuff. Well, I was following the Ninth Studio, which is based out in Hollywood, California, and they always do like slasher movies, Scream, the Leprechaun, stuff like that.
You'd be a very good Leprechaun. I think you could match up with Warwick.
No, that would be my dream. I want to be a horror movie actor. That is the end goal for me.
Being serious here just for a moment, something I'm a little disturbed by, and I'm surprised it isn't getting talked about more. Did you guys see that they got a new Snow White movie coming out?
Oh my God, I hate it. I literally hate it.
Why didn't they use real dwarfs? They use CGI dwarfs. I mean,
yes, exactly. And they have real dwarfs and little people in all the other remakes. Why can't
other movies?
Yeah, and other movies. And why can't they do it now? I know.
Because CGI makes it more affordable.
It makes it look fake. You're supposed to be doing a live action Cinderella, and yet you're doing fake stuff.
Snow White, by the way.
Yeah.
Snow White, whatever.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. There's only so many roles that little people fit for anyway. And very obviously, Snow White is one of them, okay? Why? I mean, for somebody like yourself, Vinny, if they can take and they can audition you for a movie like Scream, a horror movie, anyone that knows the story of Snow White, the first thing you think of is the dwarfs. Why? You know, it's
Because
cost what the movie would have had been more authentic.
Yes, it would have. It would have been more real, and Vinny
it
would have
would
been
have
a really
followed
good
the
dopey.
storyline, the original storyline. That's what it would have done. It would
Yes,
have followed.
Vinny would have definitely been a good dopey.
Yeah.
I think he would have been a good dopey.
Oh, I would have loved to play either Dopey or
Shortcut. What's
Grumpy.
your thoughts on it, buddy? Let
What?
Shortcut zoning out on what? What's your thoughts on all this?
His ADHD is going mellow.
About him being in a movie, about him being
Either or. What's your thoughts about the CGI dwarfs on the Snow White thing?
I think he would make. Do you remember back in the day when you had those little animals at the end of your pencil, the little eraser things? I think he would make a good one of those.
Okay,
You
so
know, stick
ADHD
something
has
somewhere
came
you can't
about.
stick it.
Everybody, our Google has extreme ADHD.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
So, anyways, back to what POD asked me.
What are we talking about? Were you
I
off the Snow White thing now?
I followed that group and I saw that they had posted an ad for parts in the movie that they need to fill. So I applied with about 500 other people on a virtual Zoom call, and the 4 people got picked. I thought that that was it. So when they interviewed me, I got picked for the second interview, which was cool because when they interviewed me the first time, I did not know the director was watching in the room. So that was pretty cool. And he liked me. So,
all right,
you
so
didn't
you
go
said
down
there's
into some
500
freaky fat
there's
guy's
500
basement.
people on this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're on the screen. There's 500 people auditioning for this part, and narrowed it down to 4 people.
Yeah.
Man, I bet
Four
you look like a
people
little
because
pixel on
they set us up in groups
But
for
you look like a
different
little
calls.
like a little pixel on the screen, didn't you? How'd they know it was you? It was all like,
No. This is my impersonation of them picking Vinny. I will call him.
So you didn't go into some fat guy's basement, did you?
No, her name is Kim. She's very pretty lady. She's very awesome. And I will be speaking to her again at 1:00 today.
Kim, if you need if Kim needs Jeremy's phone number for calling her a fat guy, just get a hold of us here at the studio and we'll give it to you. So let's talk about.
Well, they have scams like that, guys. They have scams that are like that, and I don't want little Vinny to get scammed.
For like modeling and acting, and then they invite you to come to a building that they rented, and then they charge you to teach you how to act. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's like scams and like that, and then all of a sudden you see this like big old fat Chuck guy with buck teeth going, "Hey boy, you got a pretty mouth."
You do that just a little too well.
Now you know though, on the scam side, when I was young, a long time ago, when I
fell
was
for
young,
one,
I got asked to be a part of this. Basically, they would go and look for kids, models, and actors. And I don't even remember the company's name, but they were based in LA, and it ended up being a big old scam. You know, they just were raking money into. Basically, this guy. I wish I could remember the name of it, but again, probably been 40 years ago. But they were advertising on TV, and you called in. They were creating this magazine, and depending on how much money you sent them, is how big your picture was on the page in the magazine. Of course, I was a cheapskate. I did the smallest photo possible, but they weren't even really distributing the magazine to anybody. All they were doing was, okay, if you bought a picture in it, you got a copy of the magazine. So if there's 1,200 kids in this thing, or 1,200 teenagers in it. They're looking for acting and modeling jobs. Their Face isn't really Faces International, I think was the name of it, possibly. Faces something. I think it was something like that. But all they were basically doing was distributing the magazine amongst each other that was paying to be in it. They were making a ton of money on it.
Oh,
Yeah, there is scams out there like that.
There's a lot of scams.
Mhm.
One thing they can't do to little people though, because like most little people, especially me, I'm 4'9", but I'm still a little guy. I'm only have one kidney. You know what I'm saying? They get one of us and they can't steal our kidney because that's the only kidney we got. You know, you wake up in a bathtub missing a kidney, you're screwed. Sorry.
This is supposed to be a kid-friendly show, Jeff.
It just turned into a horror flick, didn't it?
Well, I guess we were talking about hackers and slashers.
I think Jeff needs some counseling. And any doctors that can talk to Jeff privately, please let us know. He'll be okay, I think.
You never got a phone call, woke up in a bathtub full of ice with a kidney missing?
No.
No.
I guess that's just me. That's just me. I'm sorry.
They make a good horror movie like that.
Right.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So, yeah, let's get on to our interview.
Yeah, like Jeremy.
This is very uncomfortable. Like, oh man, what is going on here with this guy?
You know, that's like farting at church, man.
You just don't do it.
If you fart at church, you sit in your own pew.
Yeah, you say pew you.
No, if you fart in church, you sit in your own pew.
Move on. Move on. Please, because you're gonna wake my stomach up, and that's gonna be bad for everybody.
Do you have a stomach?
Yes, I do. Unfortunately, I just
all right, Vinny. So
bumped my face on my mug. Anyways,
what's been happening? Why have you been this mystical myth as a puck wedgie?
Yeah, we don't ever see you.
Oh no! Hang on a minute. I'm getting comments and texts right now. People want to hear more about this movie Vinny's going to try out for.
Oh,
well, you're going to get killed by. Well, I'm not familiar with the Scream series, to be honest.
Ghostface.
Oh, Ghostface.
You don't know.
Ghostface. I have a Chuck Wagon. I call him other names in with face, but what do you Ghostface? Who's Ghostface?
Ghostface is the killer.
Yeah.
In the Scream series.
He has a black outfit on.
Okay.
He's got black boots and black gloves on, and he's got this hood this mask that goes over, and it's a white mask in the face, and it's stretched out like a laughing kind of.
Okay, I know what mask you're talking about now. I've seen it. Okay,
yeah.
I've not seen it. I think I saw part of the first one, but nothing after that.
Well, bro, you need to be educated.
You're going to get killed by Ghostface if you're in this movie.
No, I will not be Ghostface.
That'd be
that would be funny.
Like in all of these.
That'd be a little killer.
It would look like the little emoji on your typewriter running across.
Mini Ghostface parody. I think that would be like really funny. A parody of Ghostface.
And you're the killer?
And I would be the killer. That would be funny.
Actually,
that'd be so funny.
What was that parody called?
There was
one
parody
was called Scary Movie. That's it. Scary Movie.
Yeah, but they never did a little dude Ghostface.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'd only be a little scary then.
Yeah, it'd be only a little
actually,
scary.
It would be very scary. I'm very athletic.
It would be very funny, but a little scary.
It would be very funny at the same time. I'd be jumping off walls and stuff.
So,
anyways, back to
here, like top shelf top for a second here, guys. If you could be along the same lines, you could be killed by. If there was any horror movie out there, and you're like, this is the one I could see killing me, who would it be?
Hellraiser.
Phoenix, you go first. Hellraiser.
Pinhead.
Oh no.
Why?
Because he does the most brutalest kills ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
then
why
had-
would
I
you
just
want to
think
put?
that would be
Yes.
because if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go all out.
eternity to
If
know
I'm
your
gonna go, I'm
flesh.
going out with a bang, man.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Where I would pick
Just
like a werewolf or a vampire.
no, I don't want to be a van.
All right, explain Hellraiser so that those that never watched it, including see, you guys tell I'm a big old wuss, can't you? I do not watch horror flicks. Okay, explain to somebody like myself who Hellraiser is.
Hellraiser is like the demon. I mean,
I think I saw posters and stuff in malls. He's the one with the thousand pins in
trapped in
the
a
face.
box.
Hellraiser is a demon named Pinface,
Pinhead.
along with a couple.
Pinhead.
Pinhead, not Pinface.
Yeah. That is trapped in a tube along with a couple other demons.
Yeah,
And what he
Cenobites,
does
actually.
is, and what he does is when people try to like solve the cube or
Yeah.
they
It's a
do
puzzle,
something,
yeah.
it kind of like
Summons him.
Into the
Pinhead
Leviathan.
comes up from hell or brings you down. I don't understand that part, but basically he tortures you and kills you in the sin that you created.
Yeah, he has
Basically,
chains. He
Yeah.
can like throw chains and hook them to you and
Yeah.
just stretch you.
It just
Yeah,
rip your
attach them to
skin
anything.
off.
Yes, this is okay to watch.
Yes, it's wonderful to watch.
All right,
It's actually they got some really good storylines in
all
the
right. So
movie.
shortcut. If you were gonna be, you could picture yourself getting killed by any horror flick murderer. Who and why?
It would have to be, I would say, Chucky.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
You just put a rig on me, I'll kill you right now.
Just
that would, yes.
Explain Chucky.
Okay, well, see, I want at least a halfway fair fight. I mean, because Jason Voorhees is at least 6 foot something. Freddy Krueger's like 5 foot. I mean, that would be kind of a fair fight, but he's got the claws and he's in your dream. So
Chucky being like the doll.
Yes,
Yeah.
Chucky's like
again,
Chucky's like Vinny size. Chucky is like Vinny size.
You could
I
just
think
kick
Vinny-
him.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's kind of smart, so I mean, he's
Chucky's
probably gonna sneak up
kinda
on you.
nice.
You're only picking Chucky because you know you'd have a chance in whooping him.
Exactly.
But you're supposed to be getting killed by the person. Who would you want to be killed? You can't have you can't have an advantage.
Yeah, Chucky's not whooping me. No.
Okay,
POD's gonna lay the whooping down on old Chucky.
Okay, Mike Myers, because I could run faster than him. Michael Myers, not Mike Myers.
Yes.
You know, Mike Myers, though, man, if you're like my age, man, you grew up with him. And, you know, that's a creepy guy right there because they've done everything to get rid of him. He just keeps on coming.
Michael Myers is a good pick.
Well, if you get, you got to be careful because if you get chased after by Mike Myers, you turn around and be like, yeah, baby, yeah.
Well, Mike Myers, for those listening, I was getting ready to actually say that this will be with the Halloween trilogy. Oh, there's a gazillion of those actually. It's hard to say trilogy.
And you got to say Michael, not Mike.
Michael Myers.
That's what I said. You know what I mean?
I got the Austin Powers. I caught it. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Shall I murder you now or murder you later?
I don't watch horror flicks again, as I said, but I did watch the movie Saw when I was many years ago.
Saw?
I saw Saw, and now that movie was creepy.
Jigsaw?
I never really got into it. Not a big horror fan.
Do you want to play a game?
But one evening we were having a get together, and my brother had made a comment, so I'll go with this. Whoever the writer was for Saw, that's who I could see killing me. Everybody's like, why? And this is why.
So,
you know, that guy at some point thought up in his head that movie. And you think of the demented way that they murder the people on a Saw movie. So imagine now, you're at a club, you're hanging out, you make this guy mad on accident, and you find out he's the writer of Saw. Yeah, that would scare you.
POD, question for you on that.
Yes, sir.
What you said you didn't watch very much of it?
Saw?
Yeah, Saw. Did you watch all of it?
No, I walked in and out of the room a few times. Like there'd be parts.
Did you see any of the kills?
If I did, I don't remember them.
Oh, well,
because I remember they were demented.
What kind of booby trap would you go for your kill? Because he has done so many, like putting a bear trap around your neck.
Honestly, I don't know that I would ever end up dying because of the trap. I'd probably die just in the fear because
being captured.
Demented, yeah, just everything.
Everything
I saw about that is just creepy.
POD would not be able to saw his leg off to get free.
I just die of a heart attack. Get this over with.
Die of a heart attack. He's like, I gotta do what?
Vinny wouldn't have to do that. All he'd have to do is move his toes down.
Yep.
And slip it off.
Oh man, I'm an escape
Vinny,
artist.
What's yours? Who would you want to be killed by?
A werewolf or vampire?
A werewolf or a vampire, and why? And like example,
vampires.
Okay, so like werewolf because there's a 50% chance that you'll actually survive.
Werewolves are hairy.
Yeah, and if you survive, you end up becoming a werewolf, which is pretty awesome. A vampire, because female vampires are hot.
Are we talking like Twilight vampires? Are we talking like
or Nosferatu, Dracula?
No, not Nosferatu. It's got to be a female vampire.
I like the Count Chocula female vampire.
So now we got to get back to this. Vinny, you can't become a vampire. You got to be murdered, like we told Shortcut.
Well, if he'll be more like if he became like a werewolf, he'd be more like a Shih Tzu.
No, guys, I got it. He's gonna get killed by a vampire.
I'm not to laugh at that one.
Hey, if he was gonna get killed by a vampire of some sort, the Count on Sesame Street.
One.
Blood three.
No, Vinny, seriously though, if you're gonna be killed by somebody, no vampires or werewolves, who would it be?
Okay, if I was seriously gonna be killed by someone in the horror industry, I would have to say Freddy Krueger.
Really?
Yeah, Freddy Krueger. I would die in my sleep. I don't want to die in reality.
But he only killed little children. Never mind.
All right, Freddy Krueger. You gotta explain.
You know what? Shortcut, you're out.
Listen. Freddy Krueger is the back in the way days, the janitor that came out of the closet in your dreams, all burned up. Yeah,
you know, Freddy Krueger, when he was alive, was a pedophile, right?
Yeah,
he was. He molested children and killed them.
And the parents burned him alive.
Yep.
And so he came back.
Freddy Krueger.
And banished him to Epstein, and they banished him to Epstein Island.
All right, we definitely gonna have to revisit this around Halloween. You know,
technically, if I can get it proper, Andy, the little boy off of Chucky, is a real good friend of mine, and I can have him probably show up, or I can talk to Sarah French or Danielle Harris, who was a little girl on Halloween, and we can have some good special guests.
That would be awesome.
Okay. Those would be better on Halloween though.
That would be somewhere around October. That would be somewhere, you know.
Oh yeah. Speaking of October, real quick, guys, I've got a 3-day festival going on.
All right.
We're gonna have
what's it called? Have
a commercial for it?
Huh?
Got a commercial ready for it yet?
Yeah, I will be playing it here in just a little bit.
Well, let's play that, and when we come back, let's talk about your festival just a little bit. And then I also, like I said, I want the fans to be able to hear, where's our little buddy been? Has he been in on a cruise? What's he been doing? Did he join Dennis and we didn't even know it?
I think he went on a cult.
Let's take a break.
I what?
We're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're gonna have live music Friday, October 10th. Going to be country rap and hip hop and wrestling.
And
That's an interesting variety.
Yes. And then Saturday, we're going to have a little bit of wrestling, and then we're going to have um, little people wrestling, which is midgets with attitude. Got to give
Cool.
props to our good old friend Harley.
Yes.
Harley Anderson.
Yes, it is.
What a good buddy of ours. Yes, I agree.
Yep. And we're going to have rock and metal music on Saturday. Sunday, we're going to go more into wrestling, but it's going to be deathmatch style wrestling. And
for those that did not catch this, though, on the commercial, what's the date of this event?
October 10th, 11th, and 12th.
And where will it be?
Florida.
Brooksville, Florida.
Florida.
What's the event name?
Micro Apocalyptic Madness, ma'am.
Okay.
So you can also go to mamfest.net.
Any celebrities planned on the show at the time, other than Little People Wrestling?
Well, I'm trying to get POD. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't want that.
He's pretty expensive.
They need a ring announcer.
Yes.
Shortcut's
gonna be. I'm gonna drag Shortcut down, and he's gonna be our ring announcer.
Okay.
Give him some. He's gonna do all 3 days.
I was
nice.
Thank you.
I was thinking maybe find a big one of those Stuntman pillows that they use. Put it out in the middle of the field, and maybe we could do slingshot contest with Vinny.
Vinny
That's
ain't
possible.
going.
There is 50 acres here, guys.
Vinny, what do you think?
I think you sound like a giant turd.
I sound like a giant turd.
Yeah.
You're the poop emoji.
You're the poop emoji, yep.
Hey, if you could flush me, would you?
Oh, I would like. You're the turd that never wants to go down. You know.
No matter how much you plunge it.
Yeah. You break my toilet every time.
The unflushable turd.
The unflushable turd. Yep.
So
The
Sunday,
real wad of hair that's in the shower drain.
You know what? It don't matter if you flush me. We all end up in the same place.
Yeah, but I don't want you around. You're that last floating poop.
We all go to the same place, but guess what? When you're down there,
we all float down here.
They all float.
Anyway. Yes. All right, Vinny. Where you been? What's been going on with you, man? Yeah. I keep having to fill in this show and do all the work. You keep taking days off. Your vacation's gone. You have no more vacation time. What's been going on with you, man? Were you in the hospital for real, or were you on the sandy beach and flirt with chicks?
No, I was in the hospital for real. I've been hospitalized basically since January of last year.
Wow.
What are you hospitalized for, sir? Can you talk about any of that without going into your private stuff, obviously?
No, it's fine. I can talk about it. There's nothing private about it. So basically, I'm born with asthma. So I have chronic asthma. And with my kidney issues, I don't have an immune system. For those of us that don't know what an immune system is, it's the little white cells in your body that attack anything that is foreign.
Ooh.
I don't have that. I take medication to suppress that so that it doesn't attack the kidney transplant that I have in me.
Okay.
Now, with that said, no immune system, I'm susceptible to multiple diseases. I can catch them very easily. And it's not like when I catch them and there's sniffles and all of a sudden I'm taking medicine and I'm better. No.
So
it's different for me.
Mike Tyson punches you really hard.
Yeah, it's different from me. It hits me harder than it would anybody else. Like a
Pigtails.
simple sniffle for POD would end me up in the hospital, or a simple cough from shortcut would end me up in the hospital.
Yeah.
So it's it's complicated, but at the same time, it's pretty simple to understand. Um, I had walking pneumonia the first time I went in the hospital.
So what's walking
Um,
pneumonia?
Walking pneumonia is when you can get pneumonia from actually anywhere, from touching a door handle to walking into a store to bumping into somebody that has it. It's very contagious, and yes, you can get it. So the first one I had was walking pneumonia. I thought I just had bronchitis or a chest cold until I started coughing up blood. Then I went to the hospital
Ooh.
and I couldn't breathe because my lungs were constricting so tight that I couldn't push out CO2. So they incubated me. Now, for those that don't understand what incubate means they put an oxygen tube down into my lungs and help me breathe because I couldn't do it by myself.
Okay,
Um,
because I thought you got put in one of them little bitty baby boxes.
no. That was the next step. Anyways,
Was that the one? Let me interrupt you. Is this the one where they had to essentially induce coma so that
yeah,
your body could heal? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
For
Oh,
the listeners, when we had first begun the idea of a podcast, we had gotten interrupted for a very large amount of time, up 2 months. Would you say?
I say probably about
Yeah,
three
I
actually.
was in a coma for 2 months.
Yeah,
Uh,
his father called us and told us that um, they had to induce coma so that his body could just kind of take over and heal. And I remember that was a rough time. That was a
A
really
lot
rough
of
time.
praying. A lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
praying.
yeah.
and not only that, they had to stop my kidney medication so that the medication for the pneumonia would kick in because there was certain meds that they couldn't figure out which one it was that was interfering with the pneumonia antibiotics they were giving me, but it wasn't doing much for my kidney, for my chest, and it wasn't getting rid of the infection. So they stopped my anti-rejection medication, which
Huh.
harmed my kidney a little bit. And by then, my numbers went up. Now, when your numbers go up, it's bad. It's very bad. That means that that's how much toxicity is in your body
Oh,
because
wow.
we all know kidney is just one of the many filters in your body that helps filter out poison through the bladder or through the colon. Uh,
Okay.
so
Dr.
when
Vinny.
they stopped my medication, my numbers went up to 8 point something. I can't remember the last two numbers, but that was high. That was borderline done. It was dead. They did dialysis and to get the poison out of my blood because
Yes.
the kidney's main function is to filter your blood, to let the nutrients that you intake go through your blood and all of the toxicities that come with the food that you eat get filtered out. Now, I went through this twice. First time was 2 months. Second time was 3 weeks. The third time I went through it, I did not get incubated. Um, but the fourth time I did, but it was only for a week. And then this January, on the 21st, I went into the hospital because I couldn't breathe. I had fluid in my lungs. Now, the fluid in the lungs is caused by the pneumonia. So it was kind of like it was coming back, but it came back as fluid. They said maybe the fluids from my kidney, because my kidney was still a little high numbers. But so they gave me water pills to get rid of the fluid through my bladder. Um, and that's about it. I've been doing okay now for 2 weeks. I've been home, and it's been great.
So, if anybody is watching and you have a question for Vinny or whatever, please don't hesitate to comment. We would love to hear your questions.
And
Yeah, I
also,
know.
do not forget, I want to make sure we say, we don't say it enough in the show. Take a
You
moment.
are Whittle.
That's my line. You don't say my line.
I
Oh, you
took
are
it
Will.
away.
Hey, my line. Anyway,
I took it
don't
away.
forget to take just a moment right now. Everybody just take one moment, hit the like button, subscribe, and then just share it on your page.
Oh
Let's
yeah, for
roll,
sure.
meet, and have a little bit of coffee with us each and
And
every
if
day.
you have a show idea that you want us to do or talk about, just let us
Put it on
know.
the
I mean,
comments.
you can email us right here.
Yep. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Well, Vinny, where's your health now? I mean, are you doing okay now? I mean, everything.
Now I'm doing okay. I do breathing treatments twice a day, morning and night before I go to bed. I take a water pill to help me keep the water out of my lungs.
That's good.
I've lost 8 pounds, which is really good. I'm keeping the water and everything out of me. I am exercising now because I don't want to end up back in that situation. And I think most of the reason why that happened to me is because I'm severely overweight for my height. For those of you that don't know, I'm 3'5", and
Hey,
I'm
that's
actually the shortest one in the group, which is why POD picks on me. But I'm the only one that can actually run faster than POD. So
everybody can run faster than me. I have
yeah,
insects that pass me and tell me to get out of the way.
So
no.
if you drink a water bottle, if you drink water out of a bottle, drink it all up, and then take a water pill, does that make that water go away?
No. So what the water pill does is it helps my kidney to make urine because I wasn't making any. And it takes the fluid from your body. Like if I have fluid in my lungs or fluid in my stomach cavity, and I take this pill, it enables that fluid to go down into my bladder so that I can pee it out.
So you can pee like a champ again.
I can pee like a champ again. In fact, I'm supposed to be peeing in a urinal to measure my urine every day for the next. Well, I only got 4 days left. Yeah,
That's crazy.
to make sure I'm outputting enough urine, because if I'm not, I have to go back to the hospital. I have to get a thing put up my thing, and that's not pleasant.
No.
So
unpleasant.
So Shortcut's been like spaced out. Do you have any questions, bud?
No.
Any questions?
Yeah. How do you get up to the toilet? That's one of the thing I'm trying to ponder. Like how? I mean, no, seriously. Like how do you?
Do you have any medical questions?
No, that is a. I mean, honestly, like.
Being honest, I see where people do ask a lot of the little people questions like that. I've also had trouble with that, and yeah, there's just instrumentation you buy, you know. Benny, in your case, what is it like?
All joking aside,
well, I'm a little bigger than average, so I just unroll and hold it and squirt. It's like a hose.
I just.
No.
I'm
So,
asking
so
you,
like
have
if
like
you're
a,
going to
you have
set,
like a steps or something? Do you have like something that to climb up to? I'm not trying to be funny because
no. You're fine. You're fine.
you have a step stool?
Like a step stool. Yeah. What?
I have one. I ain't gonna lie.
So
I
you
think I
guys
broke
have
my
to
big
step
toe
on a
off
step
last
stool
week.
to get up to the toilet.
I've got what is
I
called
got
a,
a
a
stencil
squatty
to
potty.
get up the
That's what I
toilet to
got.
pee,
Yeah.
and I also use it for when I poop. Because
So how do you do it in public? Do you carry your step stool with you and use
no,
it in
they have
public?
a little urinal in the men's bathroom.
But what if you
Hello?
got to poop?
I
Climbing.
hold it. I go home and I poop.
You
This
hold it.
is a
You
weird
climb it.
conversation.
POD.
Very weird conversation.
You would
Yeah.
climb the toilet.
Yeah, but yeah, it's I mean,
No,
yeah,
I
if
just
there's
go
people
home.
curious out there, there's people out there curious and want to know.
What you
But
do
yeah,
is
like
if
in
you're in the
public bathrooms, we have to use. I personally use the handicap one, and you got the rails, and you just being serious. You got to do some climbing.
So you gotta like buff up your arms.
Yeah,
know what you do. It's the first person that laughs at you. You punch them in their parts, and when they fall down, you stand on
but
top of them.
I got an
but
interesting
the
story I'm
reverse
going to
side
tell
of
you
that is
later.
now, Benny, and I'm not being funny on this. This is serious. If Have you ever been in a public restroom where there wasn't handicap accessible and the toilets were a little high? And now I'm
Yeah.
going to I've encountered that where I went into a public
I just
restroom.
get up on the toilet, pull my pants down, and take a pee.
But what I'm getting at is when they don't, yeah, well, like you almost have to feel like an athlete sometimes in it, because again, it wasn't suited for us. I went into
That's what
one
I
not
was
long
saying.
ago, and a gas station, and they did not have handicap accessible at all. The toilet was set really, really, really high. I have major back troubles, have major trouble walking, and it, by the time you get up there to do your business, you're all like, goodness sakes, I feel like I just worked out 30 minutes.
Well, then
So,
you gotta look at the sink.
hold on one
How you gonna
second,
wash your hands?
Jeremy. So for me, going to a public toilet is like being Indiana Jones,
You're running from the boulder all the time.
all the time.
Well, in this case, the pebble, but
But even washing your hands, I mean, that would be
Uh,
rough too.
yeah, but
You
it's
got to
not
climb up on top of the
undoable.
sink, sit down, and wash your hands.
No, so I can wash my hands in the public bathroom. In fact, I do all the time because you never know what us dudes do in the toilet. But
But how do you reach the
Well,
sink?
I
can you
reach
imagine?
like this. I go over with the with the sensors. I wet my hands one at a time. I go over to the soap. I get soap, and I spread my hands while they're wet.
Can you
So
And
imagine
then
Indiana
one at a
Jones?
time, I rinse my hands one at a time over the sink. And then I go and I use, if they got those hand dryers, I'll use the hand dryers. If they got the paper towels, I'll get a paper towel and I'll dry my hands.
It just seems.
wait a minute, wait a minute. Now I've got to interrupt it. I never can reach the paper towel thing ever. So I'm not being funny at all. There, Vinny, I know you got to have trouble with that.
Of
Yeah,
course, I have
I
trouble.
gotta.
I didn't say that I just go
Yeah,
up there
I
and
was gonna say,
grab a paper
I
towel.
can't
I said
ever.
I get the paper towels. I have
Yeah.
to jump sometimes to get the damn paper
I,
towel.
phew.
Yeah.
I've got to hear what Shortcut's got to say. What was that?
Well, okay. I can imagine Indiana Jones taking you off the potty. He's gonna be like, switch. Like
Switch.
how the
Oh,
we're sitting over there going with the sandbags.
Well,
When he's sitting over there trying to take him. Never mind.
yep. I know
you're
exactly what you're
funny.
talking about.
Funny,
Uh, So, Jeff, what's the worst, most athletic experience you've had in a bathroom being a little person?
Oh man.
4'9", that's pretty close to, still a taller little person.
Yeah. Well, man, I went to Home Depot and man, their wall stall is set really high, so I'm thinking I'm gonna have a better luck in there. In the little the big boy potty. Well, I get in there and that thing is literally set up so high. I was like, I couldn't pee in that either. So I had to go to the bathroom. Well, I'm looking over there and I see the little sensor. So I'm trying to, maneuver over there. And every time I try to get up there to do number 2, the toilet flushes and it splashes all over the place. So I'm like trying to
Oh,
put
dude, I hate that. That's so nasty. It's so dirty.
well, their sensor is on the wall, not on the little toilet thing, so I can't drape toilet paper over it.
I'm gonna get off there. I gotta pee.
So I literally had to take a wad of toilet paper, wet it, and throw it on there to where it would just be on the sensor. Yeah, so it wouldn't flush while I was on there, right? So I'm on there, and I'm like, well, now I got to make myself a little personal toilet seat because I wiped the toilet off. I took pieces of toilet paper and made like a little nest. I'm sure y'all have done that before. Made a little toilet paper toilet nest. Anyway, I make myself a little toilet seat, and I get on there. It took me forever to make the little toilet seat thing. I go to sit down there. Little did I know, the toilet paper had fallen off the sensor, flushed. I jump off in time. I only get a little bit of water on me. I jump off in time. I do it again. This happens like 3 or 4 times in a row. It flushes on me.
Do you even get the poop?
I finally get done.
That's a lot of work.
I finally get done with my business, right? I finally get done with my business, and I go and I look up like this. Right over the toilet seat is a little dispenser with toilet seat covers.
Oh my God!
It was a circus, man. It would have been like a good comedy skit because it was.
So is it like Mount Rushmore, or?
No, yeah. Man, it was like the
Himalayan mountains.
Wipeout.
Himalayan mountains. Oh yeah, it was that
toilet like the show Wipeout.
That toilet was made for Andre the Giant, yo. I mean, it was huge.
If you're not wide enough,
I don't even kick my feet on my toilet. I was kicking my feet on that thing, just.
Wee, little kid.
If you're not wide enough down below in the backside to sit on a public toilet, you literally will go in. You will go in and dunk your butt cheeks.
I was going to ask you that, Vinny. Have you ever fell in a toilet?
No, thank God. Knock on wood.
I never thought of that. You know how all public toilets, they don't go all the way around like the toilets you got at home. They kind of
they're like half, like right here. They just like stop right there, and you're afraid you're gonna pinch your thigh when you sit down or something.
Oh man, I could see that now.
The worst thing in the world is when you're a little person and the toilet seat is broken and it swivels like this. So you ain't got feet to stabilize your butt on the toilet. So you're sitting there, and then you go to wipe and the toilet seat goes whoomp, and you're like. Right on the toilet, right on the nasty rim of the toilet.
I can just see Vinny falling into the toilet and splashing around like a little fish.
I'm telling you, and the worst part
he reaches out and accidentally hits the handle. Woo!
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a whirlpool?
He comes out with his hair all twisted above him.
The worst part about the whole entire thing is we're little people, so when we go to public bathrooms and stuff, our worst thing about being in public is when we sit down, the chairs are not made for us, so our feet dangle.
I
don't know about you, but when my feet dangle, they get swollen, and they hurt, and they go numb. So imagine being on the pooper, trying to take a poop, and all of a sudden your feet go numb. And you got this numbing, pinching pain on your feet, and you're still just trying to push a brown snake into the bowl. It's just not a.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I don't know how to respond.
I don't know, but I would not want my feet to go numb.
Is that your worst bathroom experience?
No, that's not my worst.
The worst thing that's ever happened to you in a public setting. Restroom wise, you thought,
I want to go first on this.
Good.
I want to go first. I did when I used to live in Vegas. I did Fright Dome. Fright Dome. I was the killer clown. When we had professional makeup artists that would do we would have professional makeup artists do our makeup, latex. I mean, these guys were special effects makeup artists. They were
It's
top
like
of
a
the
haunted
line.
house. What is Fright Zone?
Fright Dome is
Fright Dome.
like in Circus, the casino in Las Vegas.
Say
The
it twice.
dome, that dome that they have where they have the indoor roller coaster and stuff,
Yeah.
that whole dome gets turned into a Halloween horror fest.
So
It's
how
got haunted houses in it. It's a giant haunted house in itself. We got music, concerts. We have so many things that go on. And we each of us actors take a break, and you easily forget that you got makeup on and that you're a clown or you're scary. And when it's your time to go to the break, you're darting for that bathroom because that's the first thing we all go to do on our break. So I'm sitting in the toilet and I'm doing what I gotta do, and this is my worst experience ever. I got followed by fans who would not let me poop.
Uh,
So uh I got banging on the door and everything, and then all of a sudden I hear this deep voice come out of the bathroom, coming from the bathroom door, and telling these kids, get out of here, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, "Are you all right?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just doing my business, blah, blah, blah." I open the door because I'm done. And this guy looks at me and screams like a little baby and runs out of the bathroom. And this is where I forgot I had my makeup on. I'm going, well, that was rude. I know I'm little, but I'm not scary. And then I looked in the mirror and I
But you're
scared
scared.
myself.
so you said you were in a dome. I mean, was it bigger than POD's dome or
About the same size.
about the same
So,
size?
but what was the? That's a real frightening story and everything. What I'm asking you is, like, what's the most challenging situation like? You were in public and you thought this situation stinks, other than the fact that it was paid.
Oh, when I was at a Red Wings game and I had to go to the bathroom and we were leaving. And I just had to pee. And I'm at my urinal, the urinal that's meant for little people. Uh, and I'm trying to pee, and this little kid is standing next to me, and he's looking at me as I'm trying to pee. And his dad is standing behind me, and I just go, you know what? The urinal is all yours. I picked my pants up, zipped it up. I went outside my buddy's car, and I said, "Hold up, I'm gonna write my name in the snow." And I ended up peeing in the snow in the turkey.
My Mr. Phoenix, even though you're not a little person, have you ever had any
Toilet issues.
challenging bathroom stories?
Challenging bathroom stories.
Yeah, he hits his head on
wow.
the seat when he enters the room.
Not really.
I can see it. Yeah, you can't not. I mean, like, been out in public, been in an emergency, and
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like
Did
if
you
you
poop in your underwear one time?
huh?
gee, I said, let's get with it. It's supposed to only be an hour show. You take 20 minutes. For the love of God, speed it
Well,
up.
I'm practicing on taking forever like you do talking.
That was uncalled for.
You know.
Your worst situation.
See, I'll go ahead and play it for me now.
One eternity later.
See, I did that on my own. It was for me. But no, seriously, like, yeah, I know you go to fall. Wake up, POD. Smack, smack, smack.
Hey,
I would say probably the at a buffet, and all of a sudden, you've ate your food and you like it, and then you ate the wrong food and you didn't realize it, but it was so good, and then you're getting ready to eat your second plate, and your stomach just like drops, and you're like, ah. and you have to rush into the bathroom, and then there's like 7, 8 people waiting to do because they did the exact same thing.
That's the worst.
And you're sitting there doing the poop dance or whatever, you're trying to hold it.
And have you ever noticed when that happens, everybody else that's in front of you, they don't look like they're having an emergency at all. They're just looking at you like, nope, I'm next.
Yeah. And all they have to do is just like, pee or something, something small, easy. And you're sitting here going, come on, I really need you to move.
So you can't help it, but you feel like that guy on Dumb and Dumber when you finally get in there, and
oh yeah, you're like, it just explodes in your head, and all of a sudden, heavenly music comes above you, just your own sound effects.
Yeah. You almost feel like like the heavens are crying out.
Hallelujah.
My worst bathroom experience. Jeff, you actually might remember this exact day. We were doing a micro championship wrestling show up in Michigan, and I was super, super sick. Somebody got a background TV on.
What's that? Super sick.
Who has the background TV on?
Not me.
No.
That mean.
Somebody has something.
You're hearing things.
No, everybody's hearing it. I got fans even talking to me about it. Let's see who's got it.
We got everything you need to look and feel fabulous.
One of us.
I get rid of that background noise. Vinny. Vinny has
Vinny.
in the background.
It was Vinny the whole time.
Is it mine? I don't have my TV on.
So you had something on. It's gone now. Anyway, my worst bathroom experience. I was at a wrestling event that I was running, and I was definitely sick with the flu or something. I actually later discovered that illness to be a spider bite. At this point in time, I thought it was the flu. And
oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I couldn't even function. And so I told the guy that was the owner of the company, he was just going to have to help me run the show because I just couldn't function. And when I went into the restroom, I'd never had an encounter where I was just pouring sweat top to bottom. Again, later found out it was a spider bite, but during the sweating, it was the only time in my life, it was almost as though I couldn't control my bathroom breaks. I just stayed in the restroom. I was sweating like a jelly. It was like a gel that was coming out of my pores. And
that's your body fighting whatever.
It was fighting off that spider bite infection. I'm guessing. It was so bad. That was my worst bathroom experience. Like at one point, I was sitting in the restroom there at the arena. Thank goodness it was. Backstage. But the worst bathroom being the worst experience. Everybody kept coming in. There was only one toilet. The toilet was high. It was the only one, and being high and everything. So each person that needed to come in, it was like I'd be sitting there just shaking outside the toilet, like, "Oh my gosh, you got to make this quick because I'm gonna need it again." And so it just ended up being a 4 to 5 hour nightmare because of one toilet backstage. Gross. So.
Oh man. So, what has been your? Let's see.
All right. So, basically, in a lot of these public restrooms, little people have problems. So those of you that have business out there, think about that.
Excuse me.
Put a stool out in the stall, one of the stalls or something for us. Think about us. That's the kicker, right, Vinny? In Vinny's case, put one of those 7-foot ladders or something,
If you're in a hardware store, can you run and go get a stool and come back?
No.
You're supposed to leave your stool in the toilet.
He just bought a stool to poop in a public bathroom. Just go home.
We should you know what? We should create signs. And every time we go into a place,
bathroom issue,
the toilet's too
I will
high,
be back.
We should hang one of our signs in there that says, "We need a stool for the stool." I mean, that's a great idea, I think. Don't you guys think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to
We,
go
we-
get
and,
it.
and think about it.
You
If
need
you
to,
had a stack of those in your car, Jeff, you're a little person too. So you go in the restroom, public restroom, and the toilet's too high. You just stick one of those signs on the
yeah.
stall wall. We
Yeah.
need a stool for the stool.
Yes. We need stool to make our stool.
We need a stool for the stool. All
Right
right,
on.
guys.
So,
I think
hey, you got a special thanks to one of your sponsors?
special thanks. I do. Good point. We have a new sponsor that's going to be working their way into this eventually. Um, if you get a chance to check them out, man, you caught me off guard there. Antiagingbed.com.
Yeah.
They are slowly bringing med beds to the surface, different ways of helping your health and new technology ways. I don't completely know all about it. They're teaching me as we go. Had a wonderful, wonderful conversation with John Baxter, the owner of the company. Antiagingbed.com. Also, don't forget to check our others out. Goins Garage and who's your
Spider MX.
Spider MX, and we just if you got an idea for a sponsor, you want your company advertised, make sure you get a hold of us. But yes, we definitely want to welcome antiagingbed.com to the Little People family.
Oh, yes. And I would like you to go to our link tree, if you see it right there. And then we also have our YouTube, and you can like, share, and subscribe us and get us out there to everybody. And if you have a show idea, let us know. And if you have anything you want us to do to shortcut, we will gladly do it.
But I also would like to add along that lines. I like to pick on Vinny and bully him. So if you have any little fun little things I can add on Vinny and pick on him, send them to me.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up with a nice life lesson. Obviously, we just clown Vinny. Vinny's one of our very closest friends. We're thankful to have him back. Today's just want to talk about, never giving up. You see, like with his struggle in his health and our struggle with public bathrooms and other issues, never give up. You're gonna every day, whether you're 4 foot tall or you're 6 foot tall, life is going to pose a challenge to you. It's how you take that challenge, what attitude you possess in it, and take forward. Hope y'all had a great time today. We'll look forward to having Pappy and his life lesson back next week because I kind of stink at it. But love you guys, and don't forget to check out our website and like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next week. A little bit of talking.